Today we're running 10k for 10k subscribers. Thanks so much, it means all the world. On the track in Helsinki, but a little bit different. So first kilometre done, and as you gathered, I'm going to run at 10 different running tracks throughout the day, 1 kilometre, and we'll see how it goes. But we're in the first one, which is in Helsinki city centre, and look at this, a little bit of a hidden gem right underneath it. Well, let's go and explore.
So maybe you should leave with me.
Look at this, a 100 metre running track underground, and well, we can't pass up the opportunity, can we?
The night is young, so let's have some fun. If you love me right, yeah, this could be the summer of our lives now.
Okay, scratch that, I'm not a sprinter, let's head to the next track.
Give it to me like you know you should now, baby. This could be the summer of our lives, the summer of our lives. The sunset.
So one of the things I'm planning to do is for every track I'm taking different shoes. This one we're using the Hoka Carbon Rocket X. Oh, I don't even know what it's called actually. It's a carbon plated Hoka running shoe. So not all tracks are equal. So to get my 1 kilometre I'm going to have to do 2.86 laps rather than the conventional 2.5 laps of a 400 metre track. So that equates to 301 metres for the last lap. It somehow kind of feels pretty weird just to come and do 1 kilometre on a track, pack up and go. But that's the name of the game. Track number 3, we're at 𝙇𝙘𝙖𝙩𝙞𝙬𝙤. This one is 280 metres long. So it's going to be 3.8, I think it was, I have to check, and feels a little bit funny because right now I'm taking off my carbon plated shoes, which I guess normally when you go to track maybe you're going to do a little bit of a harder workout, and I'm putting my everyday workhorse on Saucony Ride 13s. There we go, 3 tracks done, 3 kilometres done, and 12 minutes for those first 3 kilometres in total. So it's going to be quite interesting to see what we're going to do for the whole 10 kilometres, take a little bit of a guess, and well, find out what the total time will be for those 10 kilometres. Another kilometer done, and this time in the Solomon S-Lab Phantasms. And it's so strange when you're changing from shoe to shoe within a kilometer, you can really feel the difference. Obviously you just go out and run in one day in one shoe, then the next day you've had a bit of time to sort of like sit in the slippers, walk around barefoot, and yeah, you can really notice the difference when you're just changing the shoes quite instantaneously. But wow, this track is just so beautiful. I mean, blue track, that's kind of a rarity in its own, but nobody here is all apart from wonderful camera crew and assistant. Right, we're here at 𝙘𝙖𝙩𝙗𝙙𝙨 and I'm gagging for some food. So I've got this cliff shot here, but first I'm going to bash this one out. And as you can see, this track, well, it only has 2 lanes. So it's pretty cool and unique kind of little thing about it. I hope you're enjoying the video so far. It's taking quite a bit of time, not the actual running, but getting around to the places and everything. Have you been enjoying the channel and this video so far? I'm really enjoying YouTube. I love it. I'm committed to this community that we've got going here. Have you got any memorable moments from my channel? Leave them down in the comment section. Would be interesting to hear what you found memorable, and I'm going to share a few with you also. On to the next stop, 5 down, 5 to go. Right, different style of track. It's going to require some, well, it doesn't actually require, but I'm putting trail running shoes on. It's a gravel track.
Closing on mine, you got me feeling like there's no one other than you who can make me lose my mind. You start me up like no one has ever could. You fuel my fire. What are the odds we end up loving it?
So for me, memorable moments that I've got from YouTube, probably obviously the first video. You can never forget the first one, can you? There was a video I did where I went into Helsinki and I stood and talked about random topics I had no clue about in front of loads of people. Oh wow, it was so like nerve-wracking, you know, talking in front of a camera in front of loads of people. And running a marathon on my balcony, that was a pretty funny one. And of course, we can't forget the marathon training series. That whole selection, that was pretty cool to be able to do like a whole series. But right now we're gonna get started and do another kilometer.
I found it quite odd, quite lovely. You start me up like no one has ever could. You feel my fire.
Right, another one in the bank. Let's go.
I took a bite, and now I need more. I don't know how to make this right. 'Cause you're right, yeah, you're right. We are going
For all of you that know, we're at the home track and look. Okay, it's calling for a disaster, so we're gonna pivot and head to a different track. Made it to 𝙘𝙖𝙩𝙗𝙙𝙨. You've seen us do some training here lots before as well. And this track's really nice, and luckily there's no little children, no football games, and I've got my favorite shoes on. Well, almost favorite. I don't know if they're my favorite, but the Adios 5s. They just fit my foot so well. I really enjoy running in them. With these tracks where it's actually 400 meters, at least it's pretty easy to tell where you're going to stop, because those 350 meter track, 280 meter tracks, it takes a little bit of calculations to get it all right. So if you ever want to do like your own 5k PB and you want it to be accurate and you don't want to go to a race, then go to a track that's 400 meters, do 12.5 laps, and then you know it's definitely 5 kilometers.
Even if you tried, you wouldn't understand it. Maybe something's
Oh my gosh. The day's getting so long. I didn't really expect it to take this long. It's a lot harder than just running 10k, I can tell you that. It's been quite fun to be able to challenge myself again. As you've known, I've had some problems with my Achilles, and it's nice to be able to, well, A, run, B, set myself a little bit of challenge, and well, most importantly is to celebrate everybody who is part of this channel and this community, because that's the coolest thing.
Your ego, your undeniable, undying ego. Oh, look here he goes, stepping on toes.
There we go, another kilometre in the bank, and that was at 3:30 pace-ish, something like that. That's why, one of the reasons why it's getting harder as I go along as well, is that now we're probably something like 6 hours into it, and going and eating like a full meal and then doing some like effort, well, it's not an effort, but going running is not maybe the most sensible thing. So for me, it's actually becoming quite, I'm really hungry, but I know I can't eat too much. So I've had a couple of gels, you know, half a Cliff Bar, those types of things. And we're gonna wait till we get home and tuck into some real good gourmet feast. Well, we've made it to 𝙇𝙤𝙖𝙩𝙞𝙤𝙤 gravel track, and this is where dreams are. I don't think they're made here, but it's probably a good place to come and train. I've got the Speed Goat 4s on, so definitely not a speed workout shoe, but I thought, you know, in line with everything, try and keep it 10 different pairs of shoes, and when you've got a tired body, this is probably not going to help, but yeah, it's quite cool.
And now it's late night and the sun is out. What can we just go and spend it all where we wanna be? We were out of line.
Starting to think on that lap, what can I eat? I'm thinking pizza, maybe some vegetables with some rice and some porridge. Eyes bigger than your stomach. We've made it to the final one, and it looks pretty cool. It's like sunken in a little bit. Track looks in great condition. 10k subscribers, 10 kilometers, 10 different tracks in Helsinki with 10 different pairs of shoes. Let's go. Well, we've done it already, but let's get the final one done. So for the last one, I've got the Adidas Adizero Pros, the ones I did my marathon in, carbon plated shoe. And Adidas shoes I really do love. They fit my foot so well. That's a good tip for everybody. Not one shoe is going to be the best shoe for everybody, and you've really got to experiment a little bit. And for me, Adidas shoes just work so well with the shape of my foot. So try different brands, try different things, and then eventually you'll find something that's good for you. Thanks so much to all of you. Man, I feel a little bit emotional. As I say, can't put it into words how much it means, all this support and this love in this community we've got. Yeah, it's just super nice and super kind. Every comment, every like, every share, every whatever a little bit it is. I'm super happy. And yeah, I'm not stopping here. That's one thing for sure. We're not stopping here. So we can go for a full debrief of everything in a moment. Well, maybe not a moment, we can do it in another video as well. But it's 37-minute, 10 kilometers 10 different tracks, as I said. We can go through a lot of those details in another video as well, but here's a look at the Strava activity. It was a very interesting 10K, 37 minutes 24 in time running, but elapsed time something like 8 or something hours. One day it'd be really cool if we could meet up and do something together, like face to face, because although I really do love doing YouTube, I feel like I'm sometimes talking to myself. I see myself in the camera, I watch myself when I'm editing. Let's do Running with Marc for real, in real life one day, and we can share a drink after that. But cheers to all of you, hope all your running's going well, and we'll catch up in the comments or in future videos as well. Well, couldn't leave without it, could I? My legs are actually pretty tired from resting for so long when you're driving somewhere, walking and flying the drone and all those things, to then going and doing 1 kilometer and doing that 10 times, and now just the 1 kilometer home track, a little bit of a jog. Thanks again for watching the video. Thanks again for all the support, and much love.